Hey everyone, what's up? I thought I would check out a strategist player called Sypeh, who is a very high rank player. He's hit rank 1 multiple times. He won the most recent Marvel Rivals tournament as well. And I think it'd be interesting to analyze his gameplay here and see what we can learn. So we can see some pretty standard bans here. You know, we've got Hawkeye, Hela, the Hulk, and Mantis. Heroes that people do not like playing against or feel like they're just too OP right now. Hulk just being incredibly strong, especially with the combo with Iron Man. Hawkeye, people don't like the one-shots. But Luna did make it through, and we're gonna see Sypeh rolling out on the Luna here, and I'm interested to see where they decide to put their cooldowns. Is the shift used mostly for damage? Is the right click used mostly for, stopping dive and stopping certain ultimates? We can see here lots of healing coming in, using a bit of uptime there to kill the Namor squids as well. And we see went for the clap there to try and get some burst healing on his Groot. Even though the clap is theoretically, it is lower healing per second than the left click. Without the shift, it is way easier to hit. Like, if you have perfect aim, your left click without the clap will actually heal more. But obviously, the clap also pierces. So, that's a massive advantage. If you get any kind of lineup there, then it's really good. And then if you just need to make sure you're not missing a single shot, then clapping is also good. Since you pretty much can't miss while you're clapping. Like, if you got pretty decent aim, the hitbox on the shift clap is kind of insane. So I haven't been paying too much attention to Snowball yet. I'm not sure it's come out. But you can see he's going for the clap here to try and get a hit on his teammate to save him. But really well positioned there. Goes for the kill as well, which is kind of cool. So spending a lot of his uptime here, killing like deployables and stuff like that. Not much time actually shooting the enemies. You can see he's putting a lot of effort into... Yeah, his dude got low, so he pops his ult. Perfect, and he's going to do the spam tech there. You can actually heal more while doing the Luna spam tech. It does seem like you're just kind of doing a 50-50 damage heal, but no, you actually heal more, and you get some damage boost as well. So he does go down there, but let's go a bit forward here. He's going to come back. And we should probably look at the team comps a bit. So he's got a Cloak and Dagger as a second support, and he also has the Namor combo for the Ice Squids. Both teams do, in fact. Namor is a very, very strong hero, and especially with the combo, becomes even stronger. Snowball comes out there. Felt like a bit of a, let's throw the Snowball out and see if we can kind of get lucky before the fight kind of Snowball. But pretty much the rest of his... Okay. Now, I think he's noticed, because I don't think we saw really any snowballs in the first few moments there, but now that he's noticed that he's not getting dived, there's not too much pressure on him. I feel like he's starting to throw the snowballs out a bit more, just to try and get, a cheeky little freeze on someone in the background, because he is very safe. Like, there's no pressure on him at all here. Ultimate is online. And he uses it just to stop the Namor ult there. I mean, if he did go down to that, that's going to be very rough for the rest of the fight. So I'm kind of expecting him to move forward here and just look for another cheeky snowball. See if he can find, a random pick. That guy was low, though, so he might as well go for the left clicks. But all seems, pretty basic so far. Just lots of healing. Using the shift when really needed to get the bigger hitbox and also get the piercing effect. And once again, just hitting the shift there to make sure that he doesn't miss those heals as lots of damage comes in. And using this wall as cover on the left. You always want to be angled against with the wall on the left so you can peek it to the right due to the third person camera. Gonna go for the piercing clap there on all the enemies. Getting a lot of hits in, but not gonna be quite enough there. Is that it for that round? It is. That is gonna be it for that round right there. So we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so they did TP onto point. Second round coming into the fight with 69% ult. Sees a Widowmaker there. Tries to go for a few hits, but then decides to back off. And yeah, almost any time LOSing the enemy has been used on deployables here. It is annoying for like the DPS players of the team to try and deal with those deployables, so I can see why, you know, he's going for that. And actually, I haven't paid too much attention to the Snowflake, which I think might be interesting. We can see here he's actually got the Snowflake on the tank, whereas a lot of people kind of just let the Snowflake kind of sit on the DPS at all times. But I don't know if people don't realize this, but the Snowflake gives the person that it's on 30% of the healing of 30% of the healing that you do. So if you have a Snowflake on like Psylocke here and you're healing the main tank, then the Psylocke will also get 30% more of that healing. But if you have it on a hero like a tank, you will just do 30% more healing even if you're healing that target. He has now defaulted though to keeping the Snowflake on the Psylocke, which, you know, is kind of like seems to be the default play there. Going for a little snowball as they push in. Again, he's not under a lot of pressure being like dived or anything, so I think he does get a lot of freedom with just kind of throwing those snowballs out. And, you know, if you get a freeze as they push in, you might get like, you know, a bit of a lucky, or you might allow your teammates to get like a lucky kill if someone's just kind of out of position and not expecting it. I'm expecting to go for the clap here. I guess they didn't push in as much as I thought they were, but as they push in here, I'm expecting them to go for the clap to get the pierce on multiple targets. We still got the Snowflake just sat on the Psylocke. And yeah, there's the clap. Now he can heal. He was healing both tanks at once and hitting the enemy at the same time. And then just spam the ult on point as everybody moves in and starts spamming the ults there. As this runs out, he should move back a little bit or take some cover. Snowball comes in. Ooh. I wonder if he would have liked to have kept that snowball for the Psylocke there. And he does seem to be under a little bit more pressure now from the Psylocke, so I do wonder if he's going to start holding that snowball a little bit. I don't think his team has this. Psylocke did go down to a rocket of all heroes. They do have a Groot ult here, so it is winnable. Should be an easy dodge on that whale. Nice. Snowflake straight back onto the Psylocke there, so I actually didn't pay much attention to it first round, but it does seem like a default, you know, put the Snowflake onto the flanker here. And you just got kind of a cheeky snowball going in there. Again, just trying to get like a random freeze that just catches someone off guard, and then they might just be slightly too far forward. And getting a full freeze on them is going to allow you to get a kill. But, yeah, very clean, very clean. Okay, coming into round 3 here. It looks like the team comp is exactly the same. Let's see where the Snowflake goes. So Snowflake straight onto the Psylocke again. And just focusing basically on pure healing. There's been very little peeking here to actually do damage to the enemy. This is very heavy heal gameplay. Just pumping up his tank there, but taking a little bit too much damage. Going for the clap. Oh, nice little freeze. Deciding to go for this because his Psylocke did get a kill, which makes it a 5v5, and managed to get his Groot up as well. I think if the Psylocke did not get a pick there, he may have been a bit more hesitant on that ultimate. Nice freeze there. As soon as the shield came down from the Strange, he threw that freeze in. Not going to allow him to get away. And yep, that Snowflake pretty much just staying on the Psylocke all game. Not much thought going into it at all. And like, it never runs off. There's no CD on it. Unless the Psylocke dies, the Snowflake will stay there all the time and allows the Psylocke to just run around and, you know, just randomly get healed, not have to worry about health packs as much, maybe get topped up in the middle of a fight. And that's a snipe on the Namor there. Okay, see, the peek there, only for a snowball. No actual real damage coming out. Gonna clap there for the damage on the Namor. Again, it's mostly just for the bigger hitbox. And a little bit more burstier damage. Okay. And you can see here, the Snowflake went onto the Groot. So this is something that I've been thinking about, that I think a lot of, you know, players, like, they kind of just like set the Snowflake on the flanker and forget it. In that scenario, Groot was getting destroyed right there. And he realized that, you know, maybe if I chuck, I'm just going to go back here. Maybe if I chuck the Snowflake on the Groot, you see Wolverine grabs him. He chucks the Snowflake on. It's going to give him 30% more healing onto the Groot. So it's good to note that if somebody, like a main tank, is going to get absolutely shredded, you can chuck the Snowflake on them to try and keep them up. Obviously, it didn't work there, but the idea is there. And you never know, if someone's about to take insane amounts of damage, an extra 30% might help a lot. And just to allow you to get even more ult charge, even if they do die. Or make the enemies, put even more into them. So it's really good to move the Snowflake onto a main tank when you really need it. Gonna clap that Wolverine away right there. Gotta remember that using the shift and the snowball also gives passive regen to Luna Snow, allowing it to survive. Pops the ult there as the whale comes in. Oh, Agamotto straight into the Luna ult. That's gonna cost him. I think that's the end of the enemy team right there. They kind of needed to save that for the next fight. That's gonna be it there. Yeah, I think that's should be pretty much it. They're gonna stagger on for the next fight. But if we're going to take, like, any notes here, it's, heavy heal bots, Snowflake generally on the flanker or defaulting to the flanker, using it on a main tank if they're about to get absolutely shredded, ulting when the tank gets very, very low, pretty basic stuff, using the Luna ult tech, of course, clapping for the big hitbox and piercing, and also just to make it a little bit more bursty. And I end up in a position here where I'm actually doing a bit of damage. And then snowballing if you're not under a lot of pressure to just kind of get like cheeky freezes kind of as the fight starts. I think those are the main tips that you can take from this. And then obviously, like, if it's a close range fight, the fight's already going, trying to snowball like a Strange or something when his shield comes down and stuff like that. And then a little bit of damage uptime if available and you're safe, but not really any risky damage uptime. Like, all of the damage that Sypeh did here was very, very, very safe. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that analysis of this game, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace.